We all believe that there is only one God, and we know His attributes. For example, God is eternal, He has always existed, exists now, and will always exist. God is holy, without sin, He is perfect. God is omnipresent, He is everywhere, at all times. God is all-knowing, He is always fully knowledgeable of everything. God is the Creator, nothing exists that was not created by Him. We know this because of what the Bible reveals about the true God. He chose to show Himself to humanity and reveal His attributes to us. The Bible also reveals that Jesus shares the exact same attributes and qualities as God. For example, in the Gospel of John, chapter 1, it says, "He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through Him, and without Him nothing was made that was made." John 1 verses 2-3. The Bible also says in Paul's epistle to the Colossians, "He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. For by Him all things were created that are in heaven and that are on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created through Him and for Him." Colossians 1 verses 15-16. However, some question the divinity of Jesus Christ, claiming that Jesus never said He was God, but instead denied it. Is this true? Let's find out. Today, we will discuss 6 instances where Jesus directly declared to the Jews that He is God. First, Jesus attributed to Himself the characteristic of eternity, being beyond time. When the Jews were astonished that Jesus said Abraham saw Him, He replied, "Truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham was, I am." John 8 verse 58. This verse shows that Jesus was not just speaking about His existence in the present time but about His eternal nature, existing before creation itself. His use of the phrase, "I am," holds great significance because it refers to the name God used to identify Himself to Moses in the Old Testament. The Jews immediately understood this, which is why they attempted to stone Him for blasphemy, as He was equating Himself with God. Second, Jesus attributed to Himself the quality of omnipresence, being beyond place. During His conversation with Nicodemus, Jesus said, "No one has ascended into heaven except He who descended from heaven, the Son of Man, who is in heaven." John 3 verse 13. In this statement, Jesus clearly says that He is the only one who ascended to heaven and descended from it, indicating that He has a supernatural ability that transcends spatial limits. By saying, "the Son of Man who is in heaven," while He was speaking on earth, He was pointing to His omnipresence, being present everywhere at once, a quality only God can possess. Third, Jesus equated Himself with the Father. In multiple instances, Jesus said, "I and the Father are one." John 10 verse 30. This statement leaves no doubt that Jesus was proclaiming complete equality with God the Father. The Jews fully understood that Jesus was not merely claiming harmony with the Father but was referring to an essential unity in nature, meaning that Jesus is God Himself. Once again, they attempted to stone Him for blasphemy. Fourth, Jesus declared that seeing Him means seeing God. Jesus said, "Whoever believes in me, believes not in me but in Him who sent me. And whoever sees me sees Him who sent me." John 12 verses 44-45. Here, Jesus clarifies that believing in Him is equivalent to believing in God the Father, and that anyone who sees Him has seen God Himself. This is a powerful statement because it means that Jesus is the visible manifestation of the invisible God. This doesn't merely mean that Jesus was bringing God's message, but that He is God incarnate, who people can see and interact with. Fifth, Jesus declared that He is not from this world. Jesus said to the Jews, "You are from below, I am from above. You are of this world, I am not of this world." John 8 verse 23. In this verse, Jesus asserts that He is not just an ordinary man. While the Jews were from below, meaning from the earth and this world, Jesus is from above, meaning from heaven or from the realm of God. This statement is not just symbolic but a clear indication of Jesus' divine origin and nature, placing him beyond the scope of human understanding. Sixth, Jesus declared that his kingdom is not of this world. When Jesus stood before Pilate, he said, "My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, my servants would have been fighting, that I might not be delivered over to the Jews. But my kingdom is not from here." John 18 verse 36. Here, Jesus not only states that he is not from this world, but he also affirms that his kingdom is a spiritual, heavenly one and not part of this earthly, material system. Jesus is clearly proclaiming that his authority transcends this world and that he is the king of an eternal, heavenly kingdom. This declaration elevates him to the level of deity because only God can be the ruler of an eternal, heavenly kingdom. In conclusion, we have clearly seen in this episode how Jesus directly declared his divinity to the Jews, leaving them in shock and disbelief. But that's not all. In the next episode, we will take you on an incredible journey back to the Old Testament, where we will uncover how Jesus is the God prophesied by the ancient prophets. We'll explore the prophecies and visions that show Christ's presence in God's plan from the beginning and how Jesus is the ultimate fulfillment of these divine promises. Stay tuned, because the truths we will reveal may change your perspective forever. Thanks for watching.